Welcome back, everyone. Let's get loaded in here to Thea the Awakening, and we will continue our run to get Mokosh to level 5. I'm very excited to get through this in the next couple days and then jump into a new run because I have been working on some new events that I've created myself in my spare time, and my understanding is that they only come into play once you start a brand new game and not in a currently in progress saved game. So we shouldn't see any of what I've created yet. If we do, I'll point it out, and that'll be very exciting. Otherwise, stay tuned. Next couple days, next week at the latest, we will start a new run and we will get to see those in action. It's pretty exciting. Now, for this, let's get reacquainted with where we left off yesterday. We finished our blessed path, so we have a crap ton of options to gather in our village, which is very useful since we have such high gathering on everybody. It allows us to efficiently and effectively gather a ton of food to keep us going with our food buffs. We are crafting a large selection of dragon armor so that we can gear our people up with near endgame armor at least. Then we will look to start gathering what we need to make some of the better weapons. We still have not found dragon bone, so we can't make the best axes yet. We will look at what recipes we need to research and what resources are left here in a minute. Right now we have built pretty much everything that we need. Now granted, everything here could easily be upgraded for us, but the main thing we finished yesterday that's exciting is we got our palisade done. Not that it's a great palisade, but it gives us the attract dwarf, which is the final attraction achievement we have left to gather. So hopefully that'll happen in the next day or two, preferably today, so that it's no longer my concern. As far as our only group that we have out right now, we are gathering nimblewood and enchanted bone. When I was messing with the event creator, I discovered that this is actually called bamboo in the coding, and then they decided to call it nimblewood in the actual game, but it kept the code for bamboo, so that was a little odd, especially since the image doesn't really look like bamboo at all. But I digress. Alright. We just started gathering with them too, so they're going to be there for a while. As far as our village goes, we do have more than the 12 people we can use. We only have 2 extra bodies though. The next child that grows up we are going to make into a medic, so that we already have that knocked out for when we make our gathering group. If we can, I'd be willing to scavenge 3 bodies from our village to help the next group. So with the medic that would give us 6. It's a start. I would prefer to have 8 or more to be a little bit more safe in exploring. Once we create that group, we'll keep them on short range missions, gathering like fur, leather, coal, what else is around us, maybe some scale leather, elven wood, things like that. That's short range that we can run home really quick if we need to. But until then, let's get back to our main group. Oh, and I'll take a look at the resource. Oh! I stand corrected. So, all of the events I created yesterday and today have been loaded into this game, into this run. So, we'll get to see them occasionally. This is one of them that I created. This is the secret merchant. But it's not always a merchant, because I didn't want to create quests that are always good for you. The artwork I used came from DeviantArt. I tried to keep the individual's credit on it, but I noticed now that the view my group icon is covering it up. So I will be working on fixing that because I want the artist to have their credit. Hey Coach Sec, welcome back. Yeah, this is one of the quests I created today. I wasn't expecting it to be into this run. When I was reading the instructions, The developer said that you have to start a brand new game for them to actually be loaded in, but apparently not. Alright, so a dark figure is heading straight for us. We've heard rumors of a mysterious figure with a large pack on his back, or this is too suspicious, leave before a passable trap is sprung. So let's go with the large pack. Ho there, might you be the traveling merchant we have heard of? And the shady character chuckles. Fools! I am no merchant, but my friends will gladly take whatever goods you were hoping to trade after they hear about this. Suddenly a cloud of smoke envelops the bandit. Once it clears, there is no sign of him anywhere. And this cannot be good. This is another one I created. If it makes all of them pop up, we might have to stop the run and disable them until I figure out why it's making them all pop up. But this is the secret trainer. An old grizzled warrior knocks on the gates to your village. By the look of his armor and his face, he has been through his fair share of battles, yet his sword remains deadly sharp. Despite his obvious superiority and clear potential threat to your village, you sense no malice and no danger from him. Ho there. That is far enough. Forgive the rudeness, but it's not easy to throw our gates wide for a strange warrior that sneaks up on us. Good, good. While the skill of your centuries is severely lacking, your demeanor, respect, and wisdom show that you are not entirely helpless. It takes a few moments to size you up, you and your men up. You may call me Sergeant, just Sergeant. And before you ask, no, I will not join your village. Sergeant reaches up and cracks his neck before he continues. Oh, I spelled that wrong. I'll have to fix that. I travel around collecting ribbons and offering them to the weak. It's strange how these little pieces of fabric can stave off the demons of the evil variety, but a good soldier never looks a gift horse in the mouth. Only now do you see a bundle of red ribbons hanging from his pack. Obviously, I do not ask for any ribbons you might have for free. And even more obvious is how inferior your people's skills really are. So here's the deal I am offering you. Depending on the amount of ribbons that you give me, I will train some of your people's skills up. What I train up and for how long is up to my discretion, not yours. So, do we have a deal? Now, obviously, I don't have any ribbons because we haven't gotten to the bounty quests. So I'm just going to have to turn them down.
Searching through the area, you discover a skeleton propped up against a rock. The poor fella seems to have all his belongings with him, and there is no sign of a struggle, so it's unclear what killed him.
Okay, this is going to lead to a sickness check with the red plague.
You discover a slight discoloration around the person's teeth and his nails. Your medic knows that these are the signs of the red sickness, a relatively common but sometimes dangerous affliction, especially to the weak. The good doctor knows how to search the body without touching the infected parts.
Let's take it very carefully.
On the body, you find a simple weapon, clothes, some basic supplies, a single key, and a letter written on an old parchment.
Okay, let's see what we got for this sword. It's decent, but we don't really need another one of those. We'll skim the important bits.
The letter is addressed to a woman called Alma and tells of a chest buried nearby. The body has a key to open the chest. The letter warns of a swarm of rats that may have their nest there and that they spread the disease. The dead man was on some kind of quest when he died and reports that there are rumors of seeds from the burned cosmic tree in the world. It was written at least 25 years ago.
Perhaps it's worth checking out. Okay. Let's see if my events pop up again. If they do, we're going to have to put this run on pause real quick while I disable them. Yep. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I was just messing with this before I started the stream, so 1 second. Alright, let's see. We need to... I don't have access to the source code to put in voice acting. Let's see. This popped up. We are going to add a chance, and I don't want this popping up very often either, so let's go with like a 25% chance. The secret trainer popped up. So I guess since I'm here, I can go ahead and describe what I've done, especially since we're starting to see them appear in our current run already. So let's add a chance to this one. Save what we've done. So starting, I created a monster bounty quest line. Basically, you'll get a quest saying that there might be something out there. You'll have to do a hunting challenge to see if you can locate them, and it'll randomly select a different spawn group on the map, and you have to go hunt them down. And when you succeed, I made it to where the rewards are almost negligible, because I don't want, like I said, I don't want us benefiting greatly from the quests. But you do get some red ribbons from killing these things. And then those red ribbons, which come from the bounty end, this is when you finish killing them, your elders reward you with some ribbons. Then randomly the merchant and the trainer will show up, and the merchant has a chance of being bandits and they tricked you and you'll have to fight them. Or it'll be the merchant, and if you can guess correctly that it is the merchant based off of a folklore check, he will randomly offer you gear. So 5 ribbons would give us a random, what was it? A random gadget, which is either jewelry or artifacts. 10 ribbons would give us a random shield that's not an endgame shield. Advanced shields are the middle range, and I want middle range on all of these. So shields, then we can also get armor for 15 ribbons, weapons for 20, and then for the very expensive 40 we can get a child. And then the trainer will either take 20 or 50 ribbons. 20, he'll randomly select 3 people from your village and boost a couple stats by 1. 50, he'll pick 5 people from your village and randomly boost a couple of their stats by 1. So it's very expensive for a very small gain. And then this is the coup de grace that I was working on all day. It's going to take a while to load because it's huge. This is a horde fight that will randomly appear after the like 3/4 of the way into the game, and it will randomly select a different horde for you to fight, and it's going to be 5 waves, each getting harder than the last. You don't heal in between the waves, so any damage you took carries over, and it's just going to suck. But I'm excited for it to happen. Now, hopefully, by changing the chance of these two to appear, they'll stop coming up every turn. So save that. And if it continues to happen, which by the way, the unfortunate thing about this is you have to completely shut down the game for it to take effect. So we're gonna have to quit. I'll reload it. But anyways, if they continue to happen, then what I'm gonna have to do is remove that module from the game file and just work on it in a separate install. Okay, let's jump back in there. Hopefully this time it won't happen. Let's go ahead and skip a turn and find out. Bandit Captain. This should be right on par with where we're at. We get to go first. We do need to worry about spears, as always, with humanoids. So, let's start with Realism. And there's that spear. Let's go ahead and do some counter tic-tacs. And I have one confused that would work. Ooh, I used my spear. Damn it. We can't kill this one before we confuse. So let's go ahead and confuse that one to be safe. And I can first action somebody. Let's first action our big hammer. So he's going to kill both of those. Realism and Igor should finish the rest off. As far as gear goes, we don't... we'll keep that just in case. Bad quality for a damage? No, thank you. Okay, it looks like changing the chance occurrence to those works. So we'll still occasionally see them, but it won't be too bad now. And who knows, maybe we'll get a bounty before we get the next merchant, and I can actually demonstrate how it all works. Now the one problem is I think the merchant quest did spawn a beast group next to us. I think it was this one. Yeah, it was the bandits. Our village should be fine though. No. We'll just skip it for now. Hopefully it doesn't... What?
The skies darken, the air becomes thick and stuffy, and a chilling silence befalls the land. Then a hungry grumble tears across the land, and the sky is torn by a white flash of Perron's fury. A thundering storm cuts through the skies, and your village is in its path.
Oh boy.
The storm rages for hours on end. Thunder strikes from the heavens, bringing destruction and fear. Trees fall before your eyes, stones fly as the angry winds blast into every corner of the land. Fires break out where the angry hand of Perron hits hardest. As your people try to stay safe, some inevitably fall prey to small injuries.
Okay, let's stay in cover.
The storm is nearly over, but the last few angry thrusts seem more vicious than ever. One of the people, terrified and confused by the chaos, runs out into the open and finds shelter under a tree.
Alright, we need to go save this person. It's going to be funny if it's the bee, because the bee's pretty much screwed already.
You run
No, it was the wolf.
and try to take them back to a safer place, but
Now the wolf has a chance of
the tree
dying.
they were hiding under. You both receive some burns, but you see the tree fall where your friend stood just seconds ago.
Okay. So, oops, wrong group. The bee and the wolf. Oh, the bee's not bleeding out. It's got such low base max health that taking all of that damage is still fine for it. But the wolf should survive with our two medics. 8 and 3 is 11. He's got a roughly... Yeah, he's gonna have like less than 5% chance of dying, so he should be fine. But it does look like we need to lower the chance of my quest happening to below the 25%, because getting it 2 times in a row is kind of statistically improbable, not necessarily impossible. So I'll keep a little tally of how many times that pops up during today's stream, and that'll help me decide how low to take it. So right now we've seen it twice with the new setting.
As you explore the land, a long shadow covers the sun for a moment. When you try to take a closer look, it is already gone, but you could swear it was a very large person walking away. You are about to turn away when you notice that the strange apparition left behind a thread of black smoke.
Alright, let's try to outrun it. A little bit challenging, but we should be alright. Mostly because we get so many counter offenses that are freaking amazing. In fact, that's what I'm going to start with. We want to get rid of as many active cards as possible, so that we only have the 2 to deal with. And then this has a chance of working. Nope. So we'll do the other one. Still got quite a few to deal with, but we should be alright now. Let's go ahead and let the rest of them come out so we know what we're dealing with. Alright, so first up we need to be able to handle 27 damage and deal 21. Nobody can survive the 27 damage. So we just need somebody who is barely over 15 and does very little damage. Which looks like it's going to be Dainkai. With the shield she has 17 life, which will absorb both of these before she dies. And she's not our best damage dealer of the group. In fact, he's the worst, but he couldn't handle both. So she will be the sacrificial lamb. Now, let's kill these things. We need 21 damage for that. Leshek can handle that. 13 to kill this one. Fred's got that. 15 for this one. I have that. 27 for this one. That's not going to happen this turn. So we'll just send the rest out. We're going to lose the first 2, but we'll be able to clear out these guys pretty easily. Now we outnumber them, and this should be a nice, easy win from here on. Same story. I'm just going to focus on getting some counters out. Oh, that sucked. Got all of their active ones out, and none of our counter tactics are strong enough. So that's the best we can do. Let's let the remaining 2 come out then. Alright, and we avoided that piercing damage. So we're going to have 22 coming at us. Real Zen can handle that and survive. He does 14 of the 17 damage, which is a little unfortunate, but we have a 3 damager right here in Leviathan. Oh wait, that's not 17, that's 20. Womp womp. So I need to do 6 damage. Let's just have Igor finish him off. Now we need to do 20 to this one. How about 13, 15, 20? And then Leviathan will kind of poke this one to anger it. Alright, this should be the last round. We have no counter tactics that'll work. Let's let the last one come out then. So, we need to take 12 damage and deal out 28 damage. Holy crap. Okay, so Cyanoid will deal 18. Now we just need to do 10 more. Fiona. And then 13 to kill this one. Not going to happen, but we'll get pretty close. And then on round 2, we'll finish them off. Perfect.
You outrun the strange smoke, and you still feel a chill running down your spines as you move farther away from the danger.
We will either gain strength or dexterity. I would prefer the strength.
One of you has never run this hard in their lives, so they feel strengthened by this terrifying experience.
Nice. Alright, and we gained a level from that. Let's take a look. Anything amazing standing out? Not really. Fred gained some poison. Helps his damage out a bit. Same as Dainkai. And then our village. Kochasek is our secondary crafter, but getting more is always nice. The Pinkinet has one hell of an animal kinship, so certain events at the village we could recruit quite a few things now at this point with that skill level. And that's the only thing that was impressive. Let's take a look at our resources, since I forgot to show it at the start. We still need to find dragon bone. We need to find silver, which will then open up the option for mithril. We still need to find amber. It's kind of a repeat of our last run through, where amber was our major choke point, so that we can unlock the rest. We need to find obsidian, so that we can unlock moonstone. And that's it for that. Construction wise, we have all the major buildings. I don't really care about the city, the meeting hall, or the archery range. Crafting, we still have quite a few recipes to research. In fact, let's get the artifact going so that we can make the tree root of life. Let's get two-handed swords and our maces going. That's good for now. There's my event again. So yeah, 25% is still too much. There's that other one of mine. Alright, wolves should be an auto resolve. Oh, holy crap. Apparently Juska cannot handle wolves. I regret everything with that. Oh boy. Alright, bandits. 12 life. What can we do? I could double poker for the kill. Yeah, let's go with that. That was the captain. And it came out confused, so not too much of a concern. Our counter offense 2 does not work. That's alright. Let's go ahead and poke the captain. Ooh, first actions. I have my own. We're fine. I need to do 13 damage to that one. Coach Set can handle that. So Coach Set kills this one. The bee is going to do 11 damage, which wounds this one. She has 34 life then. This is 18. This gets doubled to 16. So 28, 34. What did we say we had? 9, 11, 34. Wow, perfect. The bee and Hannah will kill the captain. That allows Noob to then kill the shooter, which means we should take 0 wounds from this fight. Just in case, I can go ahead and get some confuses out to make sure that happens. And we were correct. Talk about perfect timing on that damage. Ooh, a folklore and gathering necklace. Very useful. We don't need that shield. And we'll keep that crossbow. Should probably be equipping some of these things. Juska. It's not too bad for Juska. I was thinking she was overkilled, but she is not. She's looking at a 12 divided by 13. She has a 93 wound scale. Take away her survival rate of 70, and then our 2 medics, I think we said was 11. That's an 8 plus 3, yeah, 11. Juska has a 12% chance to die. We can pretty much guarantee her survival by activating a second food. And at this point, we have so much wheat. We're also bringing in seaweed, fish, both meats, and shrooms. I could turn all of these on. We won't run out of them. We'll just slowly cut into what we're gathering every turn, and we'll just have those stats permanently from now on. So let's do that. Both meats, seaweed, fish, and shrooms. There. Everyone has plus 5 health. So now Juska is guaranteed to survive. Let's see about this crossbow. It's a little heavy, so we're limited on who can equip it, but our warriors will enjoy it. And then the crossbow that we got here. If only I could equip it on the wolf, that would be hilarious. Technically, since we have the Tree of Blessing, all of our blessings are permanent in villagers, so our medic has this forever until we take him out of the village. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and give our medic some dragon armor. The rest is going to be saved for our expedition group, however. Who is our best gatherer? Looking at 18. Demoredread, you get the necklace. Hulking rats are an auto-resolve. Spiders are as well. And that's pretty good. That should be an upgrade for somebody, even though we are making our dragon armor. For now, we'll make sure that our villagers are somewhat geared. Looks like we got 11 turns left.
Not an easy place to grow up in, but alas,
all right.
we must. One of your children has matured into a young adult and is ready to join your village and rebuild Thea.
So we're going to take another medic in preparation of creating our gathering group.
Becoming an adult is an important rite of
Zoska.
passage. The whole village celebrates
Pretty
this
good
joyous
medic.
occasion. The youngster
Above
places a
average
food offering
strength,
at the altars
decent
of
at
their
speech.
gods, in thanks, and in
Not
hopes
so
for
good
a
at
good
gathering.
future.
But the medic skill is the key thing. That's again for my event. We'll skip it. And I know you guys would like to see these events play through, but that's happening way too often, and I need to be able to test it some more. I didn't expect it to actually get incorporated into our run. There's the other one. Because according to the instructions on developing your own events in this game, you have to start a brand new run for them to get loaded in, which obviously we didn't do, but whatever. We have somebody inactive. Why? Oh, Zoska was in our expedition group. I didn't realize we had a child. Okay, help with the coal. That's very unfortunate. That's gonna throw our fights off.
By the wailing wraiths. They are a force of pure darkness, a menacing wave of tormented souls who seek nothing but the destruction of all life. It seems they have become more frequent of late, more angered and active for some reason.
So at least we have our totem built, so this is very easy.
Those who know the mystical ways of magic
Our
create
bee.
a protection spell.
Oh, that's
It holds
hilarious.
much of the evil at bay, but you still need to fight or lives will be lost.
Alright, let's begin. Our totem isn't amazing. It gives everyone 3, so this fight will be pretty challenging. Luckily, we outnumber them, so that gives us a fighting chance. As far as our tactical hand goes, we have 2 decent ones in our counter offenses. Suck on this, totem race. Oh, welcome, Eventide. Good to see you back, man. Alright, let's go ahead and do the counter. Do I have any tic tacs that are worth it? No. Okay. We can poke this thing, get some extra damage into it, and that's about it. Let's send out our Pinkanet. She has plenty of life and deals a decent amount of damage. Alright, what are we gonna do? I have no first actions that are usable right now. The confuses aren't useful, but we can use that for support ally instead. This guy has 11 life, so it doesn't matter. Hopefully these 2 together will hit it and kill it. We need to do 10 damage to that one. So we'll send Kochasek out. He will also be the meat shield. He has the most life. Panda Doomslava will support her. That's 10 damage to kill that one. And we're definitely not going to do 12 damage right now. But we'll go ahead and support him and then get closer with everyone else.
Your willpower proves stronger than the malicious force of the wailing wraiths. This time, none of your people died.
Nice. So our Pinconette is even better at magic skills. All the more reason to keep her in the village. How is her folklore? That's her first 2 points in folklore, so not as useful. And then everyone else gets a little more healthy. Very nice. That's another one for my event. Looks like I'm going to have to drop it down to like a 5% chance. Alright, how's our group doing? 8 turns. Wolves. We got fucked over by wolves last time I did an auto-resolve, so we will handle this ourselves. Let's see. Hammer start is a good one. And then counter offense that one. So he's going to kill this one, wound that one. Noob will ensure... Oh, fuck it. Let's just kill it now. And this fight's already over. I don't understand how we got wounded last time. That was such an easy fight. I'm going to attempt it again. Auto-resolve on the skeletons. No damage that time. Perfect. That's a decent shield. Ooh, you need a shield. Anybody else, since we have an extra? I've noticed a trend with me. I kind of ignore my villagers. That's not good. It's actually a bad habit. There's my event again. Okay, that's ridiculous. We are over encumbered on our main group, so let's throw some stuff away and then we will head back to the village. What do we have that's so heavy? Oh, the bones. Yeah, the bones are pretty heavy, each one. I don't want to give them up though. Getting rid of those isn't going to save me. We need to drop 84 pounds. We'll probably get rid of some coal. That's quite a bit. We don't need that much. Let's drop 20. That'll free up 100 pounds. Oh, I was way off. We need to drop... Say what? Okay, let's drop 40. There we go. And then we'll begin the long trek back home, wherever home was. Aha. Looks like it's gonna be 9 turns. Let's go ahead and activate our food to speed that up. Since we have so much extras now. Turn on the testes. And the fish, we just need one more. We'll do the nuts. Nuts and testes. That's what we're eating. Alright, and that'll come into play next turn. For now, we can only move the 5. Another one for the merchant quest. Man. I don't want to have to interrupt the stream again, but I might have to. How are we over encumbered again? We must have had a blessing of strength that wore off on somebody. We are 200 pounds overweight this time. Well, we definitely don't need the iron, and that'll free up 240. Do you think you feel the difference with the huge world compared to the normal world? Yes, I definitely feel the difference. It takes forever to get to, to a lot of these resources. but it also makes
The
a
whole
larger
land is shaken
abundance
with
of
tremors.
available
Groans
resources.
and thudding footsteps are
So it's kind of a
heard
give and
throughout.
take thing.
Many people get bruised and thrown about, but you find some useful minerals.
I would say I would prefer
Despite the daytime,
small or
the
normal
sky is suddenly overshadowed by a thick, dark mist
for the
that
world
slowly
size.
engulfs everything in its way. The black mist remains a malicious reminder of the days of darkness and their everlasting hold on Thea. Even the bravest of souls feels a sudden dread as the black cloud slowly seeps into every corner of their surroundings and wraps them up in a suffocating blanket of dark energy. You could swear you see twisted faces and silent screams from within the darkness. You feel a cold chill running down your spine, and dry sweat covers your trembling body. Your very soul is now infected with the cloud.
We still don't have our magic, so we're going to try to outrun it. If we succeed, we'll gain some will.
There are those amongst you
Perfect.
that are not easily broken, even in the face of such dark terror. They help your group to stick together and slowly move away from the mist. Every step feels heavy and slow, as if your legs were made of lead. Your heart pounds like mad, and with the help of your strong-willed companions, you fight the instinct to stop moving. Eventually, you clear the fog and make your way to safety.
Run away! Run away! Even though we do have the point to gather with, I don't have the weight capacity, so we're just going to skip this turn again and again. Yep, 25% is too often. We did gain a level though. Let's take a look at that. Anything of note? The big thing is the health for people, and I think Ebentide, you are now very useful as a folklorist. The cutoff for a lot of things is a level 5 folklore, so you are good to go on giving us additional options. And for our village, a wolf with tactic sense is very interesting, and he's a medic, always makes me laugh. Radagast is not our main crafter, so that's useful, but not the priority. Gathering is always nice. Everything else, pretty good, pretty good. Alright, let's get in the village, drop all this off. We can now craft magic gear since we have such a large load of enchanted bones with us. That moonstone was also a very nice find since we have not found it yet. Let's drop the meat off, bird meat off. We'll keep the fish. We need to restock this, back up to 600, restock some wood. Let's see if there's any food we have in the village that we don't have in our group. We don't need that many cherries. We'll just take 50 for ourselves. We have no testes to resupply with. Drop off our nimble wood and that large amount of coal. Cooked food, we should resupply with that. Oh, we also need our armor that we've been making. We won't take the bad quality one though. Let's see, let's take 50 of that, 50 of this, not 650, and 50 cooked greens. That gives us plenty of food sources for a while. Perfect. Let's take a look at our armor. I think our medics would very much approve of some good high quality dragon armor. It's a major upgrade for them. I love it. And then we'll just go down the line, starting with Eventide and working our way down. And this is our latest medic. Let's go ahead and give her one, but we're going to transfer her back before I forget. We don't need her in this group. It's not an upgrade for you. It is for you. It definitely is for me. Igor. Nope, too heavy for him. We'll have to get back to that eventually. And Fred. Our undead now has a leech. Alright, and we brought back all of that enchanted bone, so let us get to making some magic gear. We could gamble with it, but that's not a very good sword there. We could do that, but still not very good. Can't use dragon bone. Can't use nimblewood. We could use moonstone. I think that... No, that's not the best magic. What was it? I don't remember. Maybe it wasn't enchanted bone for the sword. Oh, it was axes, wasn't it? It was. It was a scythe looking thing. That's why I was thinking it was a sword. Yeah, that's it. Demon hair hunter. That's the one I was thinking of. What are our options? 17 and 7 is pretty good, but we don't have much ancient wood to do those. It also lowers our magic, so we might want to stick with the moonstone. Doesn't take much either, so we could do a few of these and still be fine. I think I would want 4 magic users in my expedition group. 3 or 4. Probably better to start with 3. So let's move that up. Do 3 of those. That's going to use up... We'll have 19 moonstone left. So let's make some magic shields to go with them. That's right, we cannot use coal for shields. So nimblewood gives us a very good, good quality rate. And then we could gamble with it, which wouldn't be a bad idea. I definitely don't want to use my ruby though. How about the topaz? It's an 8, 10, and 5. Not bad. Otherwise, I could do something like dryad wood with it. 8, 10, and 5. Ooh. Oh, it's the same, just we won't have the gambled stat on it. Another option is that, which is better, but we don't have enough dragon leather to really make enough of them. Or we could make 2 of those, which is not much of an improvement for using such good resources. So we'll go with the topaz one and hope that we get something amazing for a 4th stat. We have enough topaz and everything else to make a few of these, but we only need 3 to match our swords. Cool beans. Alright. We still have not found a few resources, so we need to keep exploring instead of gathering. But we've pretty much explored all of the areas near us except this little chunk right here, so we'll head there now. And cross our fingers and hope. There's my event again. Both of them. I apologize for this, but it's good data that I'm collecting. Don't really feel like gathering here, so let's... Never mind, we can't kill the wolf.
During the night, one of your villagers discovers an intruder in the granary.
Ooh, this is a good one, especially since we have extra bodies in the village.
A furry creature covered in your flour stares at you. He has yellow eyes, sharp teeth, and smells of rotten eggs.
And the Pinkinet should have enough folklore to know exactly what it is.
This creature is clearly a trickster of sorts.
I
It's
take
a
that
nasty
back.
house demon looking to strangle you in your sleep. Though you are not sure why it would be in the granary. Still,
Leave it be. especially if you get this version of it. Just go with the blue option.
The creature looks spooked by you,
and he'll
but
increase
seeing
2
as you did
people's
not kill
gathering
it,
skill.
It eats a few more bites before leaving. To your surprise, you find a couple of your people feeling blessed the next morning. You now think this must have been a shack, a friendly house demon.
And one of the options that wasn't available for us, which I'm pretty sure is a folklore check, is that you know exactly what it is, with it being a Sashak, and you choose to feed it, and because you actively gave it food, it blesses every single person in the village to get +1 gathering, which is amazing. What are you? Just to make sure. Samox. We should be fine with them. We'll let them come to us in their own time. Still nothing.
The swamps are always filled with mystery, suspicious shadows, eerie sounds, and alluring lights. So when you see a huge pile of mud with a pair of 2 enormous yellow eyes staring at you and waving its hands in a gesture of peace, it is perhaps less surprising than it should be.
So we have the swamp troll again.
The mud pile speaks to you.
Hello there, fellow travellers. Nice, swampy weather we have here today. So, here's the thing. I need your help with a wee little thing, and I can pay, okay?
Sure.
Fantastic. Look, first I got this as your reward.
You see a skeletal hand emerging from the swamp, grasping what looks like a treasure map.
Now, I am embarrassed to say, as a mud troll, that I am in fact stuck. Okay, no laughing. I dunno how it happened, but there it is. Stuck as a log. Pull me out and the map is yours. Deal?
Deal.
You manage to free the troll from the swamp.
Please don't tell anyone about this, like, ever.
It gives you the map, mumbles something about a blessing of the great troll, and hurries off without another word. It looks really embarrassed. A new location is added to the world.
Cool. Where is that? That is north of us. We're not going to worry about that right now. We're running out of daylight, so we need to explore what we can while we can. And apparently I'm out of one of my food types. And I don't want to waste the food. We don't need the extra movement now. I still have one selected. There you are. Testes. Save the testes. Time to head out. See ya. Alright, Coach Sec, have a good night. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully tomorrow I will have these quests of mine up and running correctly, instead of being a little bit of an annoyance interrupting the stream. So until then, have a good day. Let's see, we still have not discovered anything amazing. Really, I would be stoked if we could find Amber right now. As silly as that sounds. While you set up a camp, you discover a heavy metal chest hidden away in some shrubbery. How intelligent are we? I'm gonna guess not very. 4, 13, 9, 4, 3, 6. Wow, Rilzen's pretty intelligent for a warrior. 4, 5, 5, 6, 4, 3. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable doing a 3-skull intelligence check, so we're gonna hit it. Yeah, so I forgot to mention that. After talking to Hans yesterday, in the middle of the stream, and him mentioning the DLCs, which I could have swore I had installed, turns out I completely forgot that I switched out my hard drive on my CPU about a year ago. And when I reinstalled all of my games, I only reinstalled the base games and none of the DLCs for any of my games. So I've been playing this entire time with just the base game. So I got those installed last night, and you're going to see a number of new quests come up. Alright, let's start with some counter offenses. Confuse the 6 would be nice. So it's counter offense, counter tic-tac. Ooh, I get another one. This has a chance of working. Fuck yeah. And we'll confuse everything. So this is a nice, easy fight. It is cool. I'm excited. That helps breathe more life into the game. That's kind of why I was creating my own events, so that we could get some new ones. We were getting a lot of repeats lately. 13 and 3 kills that one, and now we need to do 20 for that one. Leshek can handle that, and then these two will start on the discard pile. I'm now very nervous though, knowing that my events have been added to the game, because that means my horde event is added to the game, and when that comes up, we might be screwed. Because I haven't had a chance to test it to see how overpowered I made it. So there's a chance you guys might see me cry on stream. I designed it specifically with myself in mind to make it challenging. We are nearly out of daylight.
As you look around and admire the world, you see something of interest in the distance. You spot some smoke, as if coming from a chimney somewhere up ahead. Perhaps there is a small settlement nearby.
Suspicious house is suspicious. Let's see. We still have not found anything cool. Come on. Come on. Ooh, a ruin. And we can't make it. I think I'll save it for nighttime, and let's explore while we can.
It's shaken with tremors. Groans and thudding footsteps are heard throughout. Many people get bruised and thrown about, but the tremors eventually stop.
Needless wounds, but we heal them in a turn or two, so it's not that concerning. More bones. Ooh, obsidian. There's a find. And do we have moonstone near us? Nope, we haven't found it yet. Fuck. Ooh, more dragon leather. This is the place to go when it gets pitch black out. We definitely need ancient wood. That's an auto-resolve fight right there. Bad quality shirt. No, thank you.
As you make your way through the terrain, your herbalist spots an area
Free
where you
herbs.
can harvest some good herbs. They grow inside a hollowed tree, but beware, there seems to be a lot of spider webs surrounding the place. These webs look thicker than I like. We best be quick about our business here, exclaims one of your men. Your herbalist carefully picks the right herbs, while the rest of the men keep a wary eye out for trouble. You already picked some of the herbs, but you notice that there is a larger patch further down the path. However, that area has a sticky white blanket of webs thrown all over it.
Let's hope we can get either dragon bone or moonstone. Or diamond. One of those three. That's what I'm really needing right now that we haven't found yet.
Those with knowledge of the animal world in your party huddle together in talks.
Oh, and
Taking their
mithril.
time to analyze the scene, they point to the pattern of the
But there's a
webs
lot of
as well
other
as
ways
signs
to get
of spider
mithril.
eggs in the distance. It is clear that your party may face a spider queen, or at least her best minions if they risk venturing forth. On the other hand, the men inform the group that such lairs can also hold precious resources.
Let's hope so. At this point, this should be an auto-resolve safely.
After a
It
tough
is.
fight, you
We
finally
got
clear
dragon
the area
leather.
of those nasty spiders. Within their lair, you discover some more herbs as well as bodies of fallen men and women who were clearly not as lucky as you. You search the area for any usable loot.
And more food. That will help us.
You come across a hidden stash, and it looks like whatever is inside may still be intact.
Cool, free stuff.
At the last
Nope,
moment,
hex.
you realize the stash is protected by a hex. Remember, without magic users, the fight will likely be impossible.
pretty sure we have no magic users. We have a 2. We do have Sixth Sense and Divination on a few people, so we actually might be able to do this. Because a 2-skull hex challenge isn't as tough as you'd think. Let's risk it. Let's see, I can counter Tic Tac. And then poke this one for a single damage? Sure. Which is actually good, because then he'll wound it, which brings it down to 6, and then Fred kills it with his poison damage. That's all we can do, so let's go ahead and shield Fred for more. That's it. Oh wait, we got some more shields here, yeah. There, that's it. We win with 2 cards.
You broke the hex. Whatever magic trick protected the
silver,
stash
that's
is
not
now
bad.
gone. You are free to
Ooh.
grab your loot.
The poison makes this a nice hammer. I don't know if it's going to be an upgrade for our hammer user though. 9 and 3, 9 and 3, but it's lighter, so technically an upgrade. And do we have a second hammer user? We do, and it's the hammer we just got as well, so that's it for us. What do we have here? We have a Baba Yaga, some bats, and some rats. I will let them come to me so that I can keep exploring. We're going to go up. Nothing. And there's the Baba Yaga. Really, Baba Yaga is the only one that I'm iffy about, and yeah, it's pretty easy. So, for future notice, we can auto fight the Baba Yagas, and we should be just fine. If I poke with her, that's going to be 6 damage now, which makes this 18. This gets doubled to 2, so 20, 24. It's 1 damage shy of a kill, but we can do a double poke if we wanted. I think we will. Poke and poke. And the rest is going to be super simple. We'll just go ahead and focus on countering for the time being. So, Dainkai is going to kill the Baba Yaga. We will shield Leviathan so that he takes this 4 damage without getting wounded. And then Leshek is going to kill 2. And the rest of us will finish this fight nice and easy like. Alright. And apparently we healed a single wound on 3 of us. We must have leech, and I wasn't paying attention. Don't need the sword. That's not bad, but we're hopefully going to get better soon. Smox? Nope. Bears. That's an auto-resolve. 7-3 with dexterity. Still not good enough. We'll break that one down. There's the Smox. Oh, it's not even Smox. It's tough bats. They don't deserve the 3-skull designation. Alright, it is nighttime now. Exploring is pointless. This looks like a beautiful spot to hang out and gather until daylight. We really do need the ancient wood, so this is very helpful. Do we really need more ancient enchanted bones? I don't think so. Though it's the harder of the 2 to get, so yeah, we'll just keep getting enchanted bones while we're here. And then whatever dryad wood we happen to gather.
The whole land is shaken with tremors. Groans and thudding footsteps are heard throughout. The tremors and wild groans eventually stop, but they leave you with a sense of dread.
Alright, we finished crafting our magic gear. And we're back to our scumcraft. So, let's see what else we can make. Let's see. We could do 2-handed swords. We definitely need more warhammers, but we need the ancient wood before we can jump in on that. So let's see about making our medic roots. If I remember right, it's going to be ancient wood and dragon leather. Oh, we don't have enough dragon leather. Ouch. How about spider silk? So that's still our ancient root. Pretty lightweight. Gives us the 4 medic, which is what we were aiming for. We only have enough ancient wood to make a single one, though. What if we did that? Oh, that's a strength belt. That, folklore. That can't be used. Alright, looks like it has to be the ancient wood. Yep, alright. We'll make 1 for our main medic. What else are we gonna make? We have some rubies, so we can make some medic pendants, or at least a medic pendant. Can't tell, I'm very focused on medics a lot. We don't have the mithril, so that's pointless. Yeah, we kind of still need a lot of resources. What we do have, though, is food and enchanted bones, and that's about it. We do have the nimblewood and the wheat, so what I'm going to do is we're going to break down our cabbage field, the crappy one, and we're going to build a new one, an amazing one, using the wheat still. Actually, no, not even the wheat. We're going to use nimblewood, and sandstone is an option. So it gives us a track child of 7. If we had moonstone, we could really do an amazing one. 8, it's the same thing basically, so yeah. I think that might be the best. Oh, that gives us 8 too, and we have plenty of dryad wood. That's what we're going to do right there. I don't care about attract human at this point. And we'll worry about that after our medic gear is done. That was my quest again. At best, I want it to occur like once every 50 turns. So I should probably drop it down to like a 2 to 3% chance. Alright, unliving rats are pretty tough. They are the strongest of the rats. I don't know how well my counters are going to work right now, and I don't think they have piercing attacks, but just in case, let's send Demoredread out. Looks like they do not, but they do have poison. It's one thing to be concerned about. 19 damage means I need to do 11 more for the kill. Well, her spear will do that 11. That's perfect now. We'll send out Yanko. Oh, I get another card. Ooh. They're pretty low level. That means I can actually get some counters going. Can't complain about that. Perfect. So, Demoredread's going to kill that one. Druska will not quite kill that one, which makes his attack a little bit of a waste. But that's okay. That's a guaranteed kill. Then we need to do 25 to kill this one. She handles that. These two will clean up the discard pile. And that should be good. Coins make you more attractive. Go figure. Looks like a spider queen. Don't need more folklore necklaces. Or that sword. My event again. Somebody is not busy. Who is not busy? And why? Oh, the medic we transferred over. Dur, dur, dur. I want one more body before we create our second group. So we're going to put her to work for now. Gathering basic wood. Alright, daylight is on its way back, so let's break camp and continue to explore. Looks like we had a small patch that we never explored right here, which had meat.
You stop to rest and look up at the night sky when you see a swarm of crows
Ooh,
circling nearby.
another
Moments
striga.
later, a woman dressed in an alluring red dress approaches you, with two younger females gliding
Uh-oh.
behind her. You sense danger, you suspect foul play, and yet what is life without a little danger? The women in your party seem unaware of any visitors.
So as long as Fiona is considered... I named her Fiona, but I don't know if the game considers this a female despite the image. If it does, then we should be fine. We'll have 5 warriors to protect the men. Otherwise, it's 4, and that's not looking so good.
You try to speak to the woman, but words fail you. You do see her sharp fangs, but they are so white and neat. You do see her red eyes, but red really suits her. She smiles the sweetest smile and whispers, "Come to me, be with me."
Resist!
With your sheer willpower, you manage to stop yourself from following the woman, but you are unable to even move for fear she will take hold of you. But you do feel your resistance is weakening the Striga. You also feel strengthened by this. The women in your group step forwards.
Also, technically, Fred, even though Fred looks like a male and I gave him a male name, the quest that he came from, he was a woman. So we'll see. Nope, Fred is a male. But Fiona is female, that helps us. Alright, we should be fine then. Let's see, I could poke, but that might endanger her. It's going to be 6, 18. It won't be wounded for the attack, so that's 19, 23. Nope, it will not be a kill. I can't do a double poke either. So that's not looking so good. I can't first action anybody. I can't confuse it. Crap. Let's get Fiona out. The thought process being that even with that damage, which is going to be 36, she'll have 20 life. She absorbs 5 back no matter what she hits, so that she can then survive this hit, worst case scenario. I really don't like this though. I think we need to protect Dainkai. Or we can poke with her and protect her, but she has less life. So yeah, it needs to be Dainkai. It's a kill on that rat, and then we'll shield her. Then we can kill the... Oh, no we can't. So hopefully Dainkai kills the rat so that Eventai doesn't waste his attack. Nope, that was a waste. Fiona is going to get overkilled now. Fuck me.
You defeated the monsters. As they lie slain, the spell is broken, and the men are themselves again.
A speech and animal kinship flute. We might be able to make use of that. Don't need that though, and that's the beautiful reward right there. We definitely need that for our medics, which are... We could use the medic skill right now, because poor Fiona is pretty shitty right now. Damn near double killed. Let's go ahead and activate our food to give her the best chances possible. We are nowhere near the medic, the herbalist either. So she's going to have +5 health for this calculation. So 38 wounds divided by 28 life is a wound scale of 136. She has a survival rate of 70, and then our 2 medics is 14, 18. So even with the +5 health, she has a 48% chance to die. Ouch. We have no movement, and we don't, which means we can't camp, and we're nowhere near the herbalist hut, which is way the fuck up here. So we're just gonna have to cross our fingers and hope she survives.
Another night falls
She did,
over
holy
Thea,
crap.
And restless souls of the damned seek out the living in envy and anger. You can almost feel the approaching wave of these infernal wraiths seeking to burden your souls. But
Was not
this
expecting
night,
that.
A welcomed guest is seen in the shadows. A lapiduk, the spirit catcher. This bizarre-looking creature, resembling an overgrown toad with long claws, yellow warts, and a row of razor-sharp teeth, is actually a humble servant of Velez. In the old days, tasked with the hunting of wayward souls and misbehaved wraiths, but now hopelessly overfed and ever busy with his task of devouring evil spirits.
Good, leave him to it, and hopefully he'll give us a permanent will increase.
Thanks to the lapiduk,
He did not.
your people sleep well this night, and they feel strengthened the next morning.
But these are all people in our village, so this is a permanent strength buff until they leave. There's my events again. Let's see. We gained a level. Anything stand out to us? Fuck yeah. Demoredread gained medic skill, which will help us save Fiona. And then for our village, the bee definitely needs more health. Finally has broken 10 because of the bonus food though. So that means the bee is actually at 7. Not as good as I was thinking for a second. Noob is our main crafter. So giving him 14 is good. It's getting closer to that guaranteed no more bad quality gear. And I think that was the last necklace. It was. So let's take them out of this, and we're going to make them craft the cabbage patch. Now, how is Fiona doing? She's almost made it. Still going to be a good chance of dying this turn, but if she can survive one more, she should be nice and fine. Now, the smart thing to do would be to go get our medic gear, but I don't feel like heading back yet. Let's continue to explore. You come across the ruins of a house hidden away from the main track. The damage looks fresh, and there are signs of a violent struggle. Move the rubble to see if there's any loot. You carefully move the stones and logs and uncover 4 bodies. Some of their belongings are still usable. So amber, wicker, and topaz. And let's be nice and bury the bodies. Ooh, we get a blessing of will for doing that. As you perform a makeshift burial ritual, placing the bodies in a shared tomb of stones, you feel the spirits leaving and blessing you for the good deed. Thank you. That's one of the new events that we got from the DLC. Come on, Amber. Nuts. It's always a good find. Ah, fucking needed to stop and camp.
And you come across the remains of an old settlement. The houses are small, almost built into the hills
So
themselves.
Fiona will not be
Despite
part of
the
this
decay
fight.
brought by the darkness, many look well preserved. You realize, however,
See if
that
we can
you
get
are
another
not
orc to
alone,
replace her,
as 2
just in
tall
case.
orcs step in front of you with their weapons drawn. Halt! One shouts at you in a deep, heavy drumming voice.
Hold on there, guys.
The 2 orcs speak together in a foreign tongue, which sounds a lot like whistling leaves on a windy day. You make out a few words like deal, mistress, and vault, but not much else. The orcs step aside, and an orcish female steps in. She is even taller, muscular, and holds her head up high as she speaks to you.
We got here first, human, so don't get any ideas. But we may have a deal for you. We found something and it needs tools to open, and we have none. Give us your tools, and in exchange we will give you several weapons and some resources we've found in this place. Deal?
So the new events from the DLC do not contain voice narration. That is correct. That does not surprise me, though. This was made by a 4-man team who had hired out a voice actor for the English translation, and the DLC came out several months later, and the game hadn't picked up popularity at that point, not enough to warrant them spending the money on another voice actor. I should preface this all by saying that this is speculation. I don't know the team. I don't know their exact mind frame, but as a person studying game design, I can understand where they were and why they would make decisions like this. So that's probably the most likely explanation for why there is no voice acting for the new DLC content. But Thea 2 should be fully voice acted, since this was successful enough to warrant them making a sequel. Alright, how about we work together?
The orc woman frowns, and her men take a few steps forward, but she raises her hand to stop them.
Work together, you say? Why? We have never gotten anything but hatred and disdain from your kin. Why would we trust you?
You just got to. Alright, the fighters are a joke and a social challenge. The matriarch and the witch are moderately decent. They're about on par with what a medic would start with for a speech skill. But usually by the time you do this event, you have gained some levels and you should be way stronger than them. I am going to start with Andre. He does amazing damage, which means they'll probably put an orc fighter out to soak that up. Like that. That's quite alright though. We need counter offense of 6 or higher, which we do not have. We do have some a counter tactic that would work. So let's get that out. There's one fighter we don't have to worry about. Can't kill this one in one go, but that's fine. We don't really need to. We'll send Demoredread out first to absorb any potential incoming attacks, which did not happen. This one has 20 life. Still not too concerned about supporting for the damage, though I suppose I could. I need to do 12 for the kill. Let's do Real Zen for 9, assuming Demoredread hits it first. And then with that 9, we would only need to support him for 3 for the kill. Now, I kind of want to assume that he's not going to kill the matriarch and he's going to hit the fighter instead, which means he's 1 damage shy of that kill. So we're going to support him one more time. That allows him to get the kill in either direction. Then we need to do 15 to kill this one. So there's 7, 12, 16, so that's a kill. And then Dainkai will get supported by the other 2 to do whatever damage she can to what's left.
The conversation goes well, and so you end on a high note. So you see, we both have an image of our people in our heads. We think orcs are brutes who will eat our children, and from the sounds of it, you think the very same of us. If we give you our tools, you may not find anything of use in the vault anyway. But if we work together, you keep your stuff and get half of what's in the vault. And we both learn that trust can be found in the strangest of places. The orc woman nods and smiles.
Oh, fine. You have a silver-tongued human, but I like it. Let's get the vault open, and then perhaps we can even drink together.
Inside the vault, you find a supply of various wooden logs, some minerals, and a huge supply of dried, cured foodstuffs. You also find a small armory, but it is clear that whoever lived here treasured the food and resources more than anything else.
So we'll share?
You share the spoils and sit by the fire with the orcs. There is an awkward distance between
nothing's
the
too
groups,
amazing.
but it is certainly progress. The orcs get up to leave, but their leader turns to you once more.
This was a trip to remember, and I would not like it to go to waste on account of our mutual hatred. I give you one of my men. Not a good one, mind you, he's a measly thing, but perhaps he can prove his worth amongst your people. But in return, one of yours will come to live with us. Perhaps this way we will learn about each other and rebuild our land differently from before.
She looks away, her face frozen in thought.
We're going to turn her down gently and hope we get a free orc worker anyways.
The woman nods in
We did
agreement
not.
and says no more.
That's quite alright, though. Now we really do need to hope that Fiona survives, though. Oh yeah, we got that speech flute. Who is my best speech artist? It's not going to be one of my warriors, that's for sure. It's Andre, surprisingly, but he's my folklorist, so I'm not going to... Oh, never mind, I will. I didn't realize it went there. He doesn't really need the animal kinship, but I'd rather him have more speech. Then again, we could put it on Eventide, and he could utilize both of those stats. Yeah, we should do that. Alright, Eventide, enjoy your flute. This one time at band camp. Never mind. That's an auto-resolve. And a good quality folklore and armor necklace. That still has its uses. And looks like Fiona survived, so she is now guaranteed to survive. This bit us in the ass last time, but I feel like it should work. And that time we didn't take any wounds, so that worked out fine. Again, holy crap.
They are a force of pure darkness.
Free magic stats.
Of tormented souls who seek nothing but the destruction of all life. It seems they have become more frequent of late, more angered and active for some reason.
Alright, let's hex them.
Those who know the mystical
And the bee again gained the will bonus.
It holds much of the evil at bay.
Well, it makes him our meat shield. Alright, we go first. Looking at our tactic cards. This should work. Sweet. We don't have any counter tactics though, but that's alright. Well, I just spent 2 hours trying to log on to Twitch. Say what? And welcome, Hans, by the way. That's weird. Twitch worked fine for me. Don't know what's going on, man. Let's see. Ledurg will be a nice meat shield and start getting his damage out. Followed by... I guess we should send our next highest as well. Coach Sek. Oh shit, we get 3 cards? I'm not paying attention at all. Let's go ahead and support him. Finished a 240% horse run today. Feels good, man. Awesome. Very nice. So I have a few 5 elves and 3 strigas. You had 5 elves and 3 strigas? You lucky SOB. Feels good, man. Feels good. Oh, so lucky, man. I get the resource luck. You seem to get the unit luck. I do have some updates for you, Hans. 1, you were correct. I did not have the DLCs installed. I realized that I had switched out the hard drive in my computer about a year ago. And when I reinstalled all of my games, I never reinstalled the DLCs. So those are installed now, and we've already seen a couple of the events. Additionally, I spent all day working on learning the event editor and creating my own events.
This time, none of your people died.
Ledurg gained magic. That's nice. That makes him useful as well. So I created... Here's one of them. I'm kind of upset that they keep happening so quickly. So I really have to adjust the % chance of them appearing. Because without the bounty quest appearing to give us the quest items we need to do the purchases, most of my quests are kind of pointless because I made them to where they don't give us experience and you have to have the red ribbons to trade to get anything out of them. So I made the bounty quest, handing in the bounty quest, a secret merchant that randomly appears, a secret trainer that randomly appears, and then to really fuck with myself, I created a horde event that will start appearing once the world difficulty reaches 7. Am I making one for the poppy seeds? No. I just went with the red ribbon because there's only the one event that really rewards you with red ribbons, whereas the poppy seeds you can get a few times from some of the events when you come across a gravestone, if I remember right. And I didn't want you to be able to collect a lot of them from quests that didn't involve the bounties. But I could switch it up. The main thing right now is testing what I've created to make sure they work and appear in the proper time frame that I'm wanting. And then after that, I can really deck them out. When I first started the stream, both Secret Merchant and Secret Trainer were showing up every fucking turn. It was ridiculous. So I had to interrupt the stream to... Here's the other one. Leave the game and lower them. And I lowered them down to a 25% chance of appearing. And that's still too high. So based off of the rate that they've been appearing, I'm thinking I need to drop it down to a 5 or lower % chance.
You see fresh boar tracks. It looks like a large pack. You come across the pack and you're able to ambush them.
But the horde one that I was talking about,
Defeated the boar pack.
we took a few wounds. I designed it with myself in mind to be punishing, so it's pretty shitty. It's 5 waves that start easy and get progressively harder, and there's no healing in between each wave. And it gets up to things like dragons that you fight in the final wave, and you get no rewards really until you finish the 5th wave. So I'm a little nervous when it starts to pop out in this run because I haven't had a chance to test the timing to see if it's coming out too soon or just right yet. You come across some dead bodies left there by bandits as they seem stripped naked. Well, let's prepare for a burial ritual. Ooh, and we gained a health. That's nice. Nice little freebie from the new quests. Fiona still has a chance of dying, and I still wasn't paying attention, and we can't camp. Oh, she's gonna die. Nope. Okay, we got super lucky. She now has a 19% chance to die, I think. No, it's 15% now. No, it's not. I'm a liar. It's 11%. So let's go ahead and camp some random grain on the end of a peninsula. Let's camp right here. Gather some seaweed, and this will allow Fiona to heal enough to no longer be in danger of dying. Oh, there's mine again. Yeah, this is way too often. We finished our cabbage patch, so we need to craft some more crap. What about two-handed swords we haven't looked at yet? Hans is now auto-hosting me. I appreciate you adding me to your auto-host, Hans. It's a small thing, but it definitely helps each of us out. That's not bad. Throw that on a warrior, will be useful. Yeah, let's make 2 of those. Which means I could then make 2 more shields. Maybe. That's right, we were gambling with our shields, so it probably would be interesting to just do it all. So let's go you down one, max you out. So only 3 more, that's not a lot. Won't take very long to do this. Which means we should probably head back. We're not really low on supplies, we're not really over encumbered, but we have all this new gear that we've been crafting. There we go, one more turn of camping and she'll be nice and no longer bleeding out. There, Fiona is fine. Let's go ahead and turn our food off. I think that'll be safe to do. That would put her at 9 of 23. 9, 18, 27. So yeah, that's more than the bleeding cutoff. So she'll be fine. We'll just continue heading home. Can't move any further, so let's collect some food while we're here. Starting with the cherries, because we have a crap ton of wheat in the village at now. So I think I'd rather get cherries and then elven wood. And we'll just get a little bit of wheat. Break camp, continue heading home. Wow, we made it further out than I thought.
You travel through the hills in search of resources, and you come across the remains of an old settlement. The houses are small, almost built into the hills themselves, and despite the decay brought by the darkness, many look well preserved. You realize, however, that you are not alone, as 2 tall orcs step in front of you with their weapons drawn. "Halt!" one shouts at you in a deep, heavy drumming voice.
I meant to ask, what's the story behind the Tauren Castle name for your village? Ah, good question. So both the Tauren Castle of my village and the Liberation Army of my main group, as well as me saying welcome to the Liberation Army whenever you join my stream, is my favorite game series is called Suikoden. It is a turn-based RPG game started on the PlayStation. Went up to 5 of them on the main consoles, and then there's roughly a dozen handheld games, offshoots mostly in Japan. So the whole point of the game is that there's 108 stars of destiny in the Japanese mythos, and so there's a person that is represented by each one of those stars. So you, as the main character, have to go out and collect all 108 characters to help build your army up, and throughout the course of each and every one of those games, you're going to come across a castle of the ancient Tauren civilization, and the default name for it is always going to be the Tauren Castle. So that's where all that comes from. It's from my favorite game series. Alright, we're going to do the social challenge again, see if we can't get an orc.
The 2 orcs speak together in a foreign tongue, which sounds a lot like whistling leaves on a windy day. You make out a few words like deal, mistress, and vault, but not much else. The orcs step aside, and an orcish female steps in. She is even taller, muscular, and holds her head up high as she speaks to you.
We got here first, humans, so don't get any ideas. But we may have a deal for you. We found something and it needs tools to open, and we have none. Give us your tools, and in exchange we will give you several weapons and some resources we found in this place. Deal?
How about we work together?
The orc woman frowns, and her men take a few steps forward, but she raises her hand to stop them.
Work together, you say? Why? We have never gotten anything but hatred and disdain from your kin. Why would we trust you?
Just gotta. At this point, I feel pretty comfortable doing an auto-resolve. Let's see what happens.
The conversation goes well,
Nice.
so you end on a high note. So you see, we both have an image of our people in our heads. We think orcs are brutes who will eat our children, and from the sounds of it, you think the very same of us. If we give you our tools, you may not find anything of use in the vault anyway. But if we work together, you keep your stuff and get half of what's in the vault. And we both learn that trust can be found in the strangest of places. The orc woman nods and smiles.
Oh, fine. You have a silver tongue, human, but I like it. Let's get the vault open, and then perhaps we can even drink together.
But yeah, I had considered streaming, kind of like a Throwback Thursday type thing, where I play some of the old PlayStation games and Super Nintendo games and whatnot that I grew up on. But I haven't decided on that.
You find a supply of various wooden logs, some minerals, and a huge supply of dried, cured food stocks. You also find a small armory, but it is clear that whoever lived here treasured the food and resources more than anything else.
And doing things like playing Suikoden and kind of sharing my love for those series.
You share the spoils and sit by the
Hey,
fire with
ancient
the
wood.
orcs.
That's nice.
There is an awkward distance between the groups, but it is certainly progress. The orcs get up to leave, but their leader turns to you once more.
This was a trip to remember, and I would not like it to go to waste on account of our mutual hatred. I give you one of my men. Not a good one, mind you. He's a measly thing, but perhaps he can prove his worth amongst your people. But in return, one of yours will come to live with us. Perhaps this way we will learn about each other and rebuild our land differently from before.
She looks away, her face frozen in thought.
No.
Fine. In that
Sweet,
case, I shall
free
give
worker.
you one of my workers instead. He's truly a pain in my existence. If you don't take him, he shall be left here anyway. This way, we still keep a connection and you unburden me from an annoyance.
Sure, thank you.
One of the orcs you have not noticed earlier steps up and stands by you. His head is hanging low, he's much smaller than his warrior friends, and yet he still seems like a sturdy enough
Ooh, and he
fellow.
comes with a good
The other
quality
orcs grunt
poison
something to
spear.
him, and he nods to them. Then they all leave. The orc speaks in your tongue, but it's an effort for him.
Me happy to living in human house. Me thanking you. Me be on track.
He bows and starts working on loading your loot without any delays.
And as I promised last time, Ebentide, I will name this orc worker Otrak. Not gonna say it. Too late, buddy. Too late. It's already been named. And we will continue our journey home and drop him off. And that is the extra body we needed to create our gathering
Deeper and
group.
deeper into the forest, the trees become taller and stronger with every step.
And now we
Many
have the
are
Elven
darkened,
City to
withered,
explore.
or twisted by the darkness, but still they are more glorious.
Here's one of
than
the few
anything
quests
we've
that
seen
gives
so
us
far.
the
There is
red
an air of
ribbon.
mystery and magic around you. When you look up, you begin to see the trees are more than they seem. Slowly, as if some mist is lifted from your eyes, you see hanging bridges, then the frames of houses built into the trees themselves, stairwells winding up from the roots to the very top, even sculptures and long-forgotten lantern holders. This must have been an elven city. The city has seen better days for sure. Now that you see it, you have no idea how you missed it before. Every tree, bridge and house is grand and beautiful, but they look empty, not only because there seems to be no life here, but there is a much deeper sense of solitude and sadness. When you touch one of the trees, you feel a soft powder on your hands, and you realize that all of them are covered in a thin layer of grey ash.
Alright, let's climb up.
You try to climb up using one of the wonderfully carved winding staircases that should lead you right to the top of this wondrous city. You soon realize the grey ash is also very slippery, so it will be a real challenge to go up.
Alright, we're going to do the physical challenge. It'll be an auto-resolve, and hopefully one of our medics gains additional strength.
You step very
Nope,
carefully,
we got
and after
dexterity,
much effort, you finally reach the top. The view from up here is breathtaking.
which also makes
A
him more
whole city
stealthy.
grows within these treetops as if it were a natural part of the forest, and yet the houses are refined with intricate wooden carvings. The passageways amongst the tree branches adorned with colorful crystal formations that must have been used for lighting in the past. And every building seems like it was made with passion and artistry. You doubt how practical this was, but it is extraordinary for sure. As you stand looking in awe at the city frozen in time, you feel like there is something watching you. You search through many houses, still slowly and carefully so not to fall to your deaths. You find dining rooms set up for a feast, sleeping chambers with beds made up, playrooms with toys lying ready for use, and even an armory. Alas, when you try to touch anything, it turns into ash before your eyes. As you stand baffled in one such room, a soft, sad voice speaks to you. And thus you have followed my path and stand before me as I hoped. Welcome, young ones. I am Alice, once of the Silver Oak people. Now, well, a memory of the past, I suppose. When you turn, a slender, tall elf, garbed in green armor and long ashen hair, stands before you. Were it not for the ever-empty black eyes and the grey ash covering the soft skin, you would likely think this to be an avatar of the gods themselves.
Hello.
I am sorry if I have startled you, young ones. This was not my intent. I am the last of the old Silver Oak clan, and I was cursed to remain here for eternity, lest my people become ash, the same way you saw happen with any object here. As long as I remain, they are safe, but alas, never allowed to return home, nor speak to me.
Well, that sounds terrible.
To answer all your queries, let me tell you my story.
Just the highlights, please.
I was cursed by my lover whom I scorned in the past. I cannot leave this place, and no kin of mine may enter, lest they turn to ash. I now feel the presence of my lover nearby, and wish for you to ask him for my release. In return, I shall reward you with an elven blessing upon your return.
You got it.
Wonderful, thank you. Here, if you do go, take this ribbon and show it to him. He'll know it was from me. Take this map I drew. It will show you where his tower now stands. His name is Zadra, and beware, he is of course a mage of some great esteem. Oh, and as you were so kind to me, here, have a small token of my regard.
Thank you very much. This is actually convenient timing since we are making the magic gear for our expedition group that we will go pick up. So we might just head right back and do that one eventually. We did gain a level though. Let's see. Ooh, lots of health. Beautiful. Not bad. And our village. Let's see. Man, Demoredread is just killing it with the gathering. Quite a bit of health too. That's pretty good. I like it. Noob got better at crafting. Perfect. He's almost there. We're quickly finishing our gear.
You are ambushed by a shadow giant and his minions.
Hey!
You feel a gust of cold
It's our
air
favorite
as they
event.
approach, and you know they are filled with the darkness. The giant whispers, his voice ringing in your ears like an ice pick. Give me your souls.
I don't think so. Maybe we'll get a shade as well. Alright, let's kick these guys' ass. Okay, looking at our cards, the Confused level 14 has a small chance of working on the shades when they come out, if they're in the active hand. As far as our Confuses go, none of them are going to work at all. Yeah, shade would be nice. We have no first actions that we can use, so we are going to be taking quite a bit of damage. We can poke it with Otrak for, what is that, 12 damage, makes this 37. This gets doubled to 8, so 45. That is not a kill, but we could do the double poke, but it has to be 6 or more, so it would have to be her. Make sure my math was correct in that. 12, 37, 45. So yeah, these two together would get a kill, but that leaves them open to take damage as well, which means I want Otrak to go first, and then Dankai. Since she has so much health, she has a small chance of surviving a hit. That's the second shadow creature, which means all 3 of these are shades. So that's good to know. We don't necessarily need to protect her right now, since that's a guaranteed kill now. This one doesn't attack. So yeah, we don't need to worry about protecting these guys. With that in mind, let's send Andre out, and then our best poison damager, which is Fred. That way he'll maximize the damage he does. Oh yeah, in fact we could confuse that one, but we don't need to. It's a guarantee. Ooh, it's not a guaranteed kill because they could hit this one instead. Decisions. We'll send Milograd out this time, and then Leshek. Oh, it's convenient because we can confuse this one at any time since it's the only one low enough level for it. That's actually perfect. Let us take some time to shield our people. Igor has no shield, so we want to give Leshek the lower of the three. Oh, that was my confuse. God damn it. Me not paying attention. Alright, instead we're going to support our hammer to maximize the likelihood of him killing something and trampling significantly on another target. Then Igor goes, we will shield him. And then Leviathan. Woo! Milograd about ate it.
You defeat the Shadow Giant and its minions of darkness.
Man, what a tease on these resources. 1 and 4. The 4 will be nice. We already have a crap ton of the enchanted bones, so that's not as big a deal anymore. Ooh, hopefully this breaks down into some more rubies. We definitely need that. I was expecting Milograd to take way more wounds than that. That's the beauty of his dragon armor. That's still half his life, but yeah, he has 9 health but 40 armor because of the dragon armor. That's beautiful. No shade, sadly. We don't really need to camp, so let's continue heading home. Well, there's my event again. Let's see, we've played roughly, I'm going to say 50 turns. Oh, unnarrated. Let me do this. A rough-looking bunch of bandits crosses your path. They don't look like much, but they are armed. A deranged-looking captain speaks to you. Halt! You are crossing our piece of this road, so you must pay us. Or better yet, play a game of chess with me, and it will determine our fates. What say you? What? A chess game? Our intellect is meh, but it should be fine for a 2 skull, and let's see if we gain some stats from doing this. You will never gain a stat point directly from doing a fight, but you will get gear and resources. So let's try the game. Should be a tactic challenge. I mean, tactic and intellect, they both would fit for chess. Let's do this. We will handle it ourselves instead of auto-resolving. That's not too bad. We should be fine. Let's go ahead and do some counters if possible. Counter tactic 5 has a small chance. Counter tactic of 8 should definitely work. I'm not going to waste the time with a 5. We can't confuse that one either. We can get it some poke damage from me. I'm in danger of dying, but that's quite alright. I can always be shielded. You know what? Let's let the last one come out so we know what we're dealing with. Alright. At worst, we need to be able to handle 19 damage and deal 12. Leviathan is almost there. Do we have a support ally of 1? We do. Okay, let's send Leviathan out, support him. He gets the kill, and he can survive these attacks. Then we need to do 15 here. We have no more support allies. So we're going to be just shy of that 15. Because there's 14. Oh well. We'll just get closer with everyone. We win. Ah, you play well. Go and take your winnings with you. You played well too. Farewell. Leave. That was pretty anticlimactic. We got iron. Fuck that. We're killing them from now on. That was not worth it. Oh yeah, crank those gears, baby. You got it, Coach Hans. So you are ambushed by Strigas. They look starved and desperate and eager to fight. They must have sensed your blood, or maybe they sensed someone they once loved amongst you. 2 skull fight for Strigas? That seems a little low. Oh, it's only 2 Strigas. Yeah, that's fine. We got this. I get to go first. Let's go ahead and do some countering. Counter offense. Counter tic-tac. Striga's gone. We avoided the pierce damage. That's convenient. Can I first action anybody? I cannot. So we'll go ahead and confuse the rat. Take no damage this turn. Get some poke. Poke. Striga dead. Rat dead. Everything dead. Should have sent Demoredread out earlier so he could heal himself. That was my bad. Fiona healed herself. That's good. And we don't need that. We don't need that. And ooh, it has a damage with it. We'll keep that. Fast reaction was used in physical and sickness, so it goes on a warrior. Or a gatherer, actually. Sickness is gathering skill. Who has an open slot? Nobody has an open slot. How about a orc? They have plenty of strength. Otrak is the strongest of the orcs, so she'll get it. And we'll give her that for the hell of it. Ooh. Another new one. A great ancient red dragon and his swarming minions have descended upon your lands. In your minds you hear a roar. I will have your gold now, but if you leave me be, I will move on from this place. Oh, that hurt the voice. The dragon sits itself atop a great tower risen from the ground, and you know you will need all of your people at once to try and defeat it. Ooh, are we strong enough to fight a dragon right now? I don't think we are. Will you accept the gift of a virgin instead of our gold? What? Oh, that's such a horrible option. Why would you give up a body? No, never. We definitely can't do the fight. So we'll just let him have the gold. We've gotten our palisade built out of gold. We're fine. Once we get our better gear, we will definitely take on any dragons that show up. Fuck this dragon. How do we get an event right as we walk on top of our village? That doesn't make sense. You come across the ruins of a house hidden away from the main track. The damage looks fresh and there are signs of a violent struggle. Ah, this is the bodies one again. Well, let's move the rubble. We got fish, topaz, and some scaled leather. Alright, let's bury the bodies. We got a blessing of will, and that's it. Freebies. I'll take it. Alright, let us resupply and drop our miscellaneous stuff off. We also need to drop off one of our bodies. I'm kind of tempted to keep Otrak and get rid of Fiona. No, we need females. Never mind. Otrak it is. We're starting to get Striga events, so I need to keep a close to 50-50 ratio on males to females. We did get a lot of random resources from this run, surprisingly. And we need to restock the veggies. And then gear. Damn dragon stole gold from me 3 times in my run. I just play Horus and get the Strigas on my side. Clearly the best option. True. The other one you can do is Morena. She gives you the chance of getting male Striga Masters, and Horus is the female Striga Masters, I believe. Or it's vice versa. It's one of those two. Alright, all that gear we made. And let's see what we got out of that. So as far as the shields go, we got Find Weakness. Nope, Horus gave me 2 male Striga Masters. So then he might do the males and Morena may be the females. Animal Kinship, not too useful. Sturdiness. And good quality. The good quality makes it worth it. Sturdiness, not so much. Divination with the magic, that's good. That's kind of double dipping right there. I like it. Adrenaline boost, meh. And will, that's good. That's also double dipping. That's our health in a hex challenge. So a few good ones, a few not so much. Alright, warriors. We're giving up poison damage, but that's okay. This is a major upgrade in damage anyways. And now we are magical warriors. And then our non-warriors. I already have a magic sword, but this is an axe, but it's better. We do lose the shielding though. I suppose I could take the good quality one to make up 5 of the 8 we're losing. That's not a bad idea. Yeah. Igor has that. You will enjoy the axe. And a shield. What, do you have divination at all right now? You do not. You have Sixth Sense. I don't think we got a Sixth Sense one. We did not. So you can have the will one instead of your speech shield. Andre. Oh, that was Andre. Fiona, we need to give you better stuff. How about you take the other magic axe and a magic shield? That's not a bad idea. We've got nothing that we can capitalize on her but sturdiness, which I've already given to somebody. So I think Find Weakness was... No, that's social and tactical. Adrenaline boost was... There we go. Physical and sickness. So that'll help her in those challenges. And Fred. Fred here. This is a small downgrade in damage for added shielding and magic. And then we will give him a magic shield to go with it. Like the divination shield. Beautiful. And he already had divination, so that was perfect without even planning it. I think that's it. Oh, he needs a magic shield. I made a mistake, almost. We'll give him the Find Weakness. He needs a magic shield. Damn, I'm just fucking up all over the place. He needs a shield, period. But he has the Blessing of Strength, which means his carry capacity is going to drop down to 200 in 3 turns. We definitely don't have a shield that weighs 20 pounds. So we're going to leave him as is. But at least we did major upgrades to all of our damage and a little bit on our armor and shielding. And that also means that we can move our guys out of the way. The other gatherer had Find Weakness. I do not have Find Weakness. What other gatherer are you talking about? Igor did not have Find Weakness. And we're the Dainkai? Oh, yeah, but I don't want to give up the spear. I'd rather just keep it the way it is right now. Thank you for pointing that out, though. And I missed Han's little note I think they both give Striga Masters, and the gender doesn't matter. Yeah, they both give Striga Masters, but it's the quest event that gives you the option of recruiting them. I think Horus is when the males talk to you, the male Strigas, trying to recruit the females from your group, and then the Morena is when the female Striga is trying to get the males to eat. Now, back to what I was doing. Let us create our weak gatherers. Which I guess I should pay attention and try to equip everyone with what we can. Let's give dragon armor and a basket to Otrak. Oh, I never picked up our medic gear. That's a mistake. We're going to have to remedy that soon. We're going to let both the bandits go out and help, as well as the Pinkinet. She'll be the beast of burden for them. And we'll also take the beasts out. So there's not a lot of gear to equip on these people. Otrak, Pinkinet. The bee's not really going to help much, but sure. And 2 bodies to go with them. We don't really need all this gathering in the village, as well as all this crafting. So I think we'll take the weakest crafter, which is Radagast, and the weakest gatherer. What do you have? 20. You're the badass. So we're going to take Ladurg. 8 and 8. That's a good set mix. We'll take 20 wood, and we need food, and we need to take a large supply of food, because they're probably going to get killed a lot. The problem is we don't want to over-encumber them either. We'll take 30 days worth of food for them, which is going to be 320. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 4 more. We'll also take some herbs in case we get that event. 3 more cooked food. Perfect. Check their gear just one last time, and we need to rename them. They are our weak gatherers for the time being. Pinkinets cannot equip anything. Otrak is good to go. He's fine, fine, fine. Could use a better sword. Better axe would be nice eventually. And then we have no jewelry for our wolf and bee. Okay, they are going to go on a short range gathering mission. So the question is, what's nearest that's useful? Sadly, not a whole lot. Maybe they're not going to go on such a short range after all. Ancient wood wouldn't be a bad idea. I guess that, yeah, let's do that. It's a bit far, but they'll be alright. There's my event one last time. Did I even grab the extra medic? I think I didn't. I didn't. I'm a douche. It was Zuzka. Does she have gear? She needs a weapon of some kind. She also has the Blessing of Strength, so 74 weight is all she can carry. Well, oh, there's a sword. And a basket. There we go. So Zuzka will come out and join them. Let's go ahead and get our group out of the way. We need to keep exploring. We'll head this way. Way to motivate the group. More bodies to uncover. Got some more gold. Hey, there's our gold from the dragon back. And we'll bury the bodies. Ooh. So there are other events that come from this. Okay. As you prepare to bury the bodies, some of the corpses rise and attack you. Calling them weak. Well, that's what they are. Unliving corpses. 4 of them. This should be easy. Yeah, we'll be fine. Let's go ahead and get some counters going on. Counter offense. Counter tic-tac. We can't confuse, but we can first action. Do we have somebody that does 36 damage? We do. Fiona is a badass. So that's a kill. We'll go ahead and poke this guy. And then hammers. And everyone else. The dead had on not so useful gear and some clay. Apparently we tried to bury him in clay. Alright, can our lonely... Come on, get back to the medic. There we go. Can she make it without an event? Woo! Safety. Alright, now they can continue heading towards the ancient wood. And with that, that is a good spot to stop for the night, now that we have our week gatherers. So I want to thank everyone for coming out and watching Thea the Awakening by Muha Games. I am Demoredread. I stream every day at 7 p.m. Pacific. If you enjoyed what you saw, come out and check it out tomorrow. If you want to see what you missed, if you came in late, I upload all the videos to YouTube. Links are down below in my descriptions. So until tomorrow, have a good night, and game on, friends. Thank you.